She's a beautiful, lovely girl who likes to play and have fun in the old city of Nablus. She likes to draw and she loves flowers and nature. She's an A student and she likes to help others. She likes art and she's always been interested in the media domain. So she worked in television where she met Obada Saeed Bilal, the young, blind man. They connected because true blindness is the lack of insight and not the lack of sight. "14 days after the wedding, occupation authorities arrested Obada and she couldn't see him for the next 7 years. On the 11th of November, she went to visit her sister in the city of Ramallah. She was arrested at an Israeli checkpoint. Soldiers took her to the Israeli Petah Tikva detention center near the city of Jerusalem. They interrogated her for 100 days while she was in solitary confinement, and she underwent physical and psychological torture. She appeared before the UFree military court. She and her husband were put in the same place as defendants. They had forbidden her from talking to him, but 7 years were too long, so she refused to obey. She was punished with 3 days in solitary confinement, and her crime was talking to her husband. The kids in the neighborhood always ask me about Nelly and say, "When will Auntie Nelly return?" So when will Nelly be back? Kefah means struggle, and sure, this woman had her share from her name. She's a woman who struggles to live. She's a mother of Duha, 16 years, and Mu'adh, 17 years. She calls them the flowers of her life. She suffers from a rare disease named Raynaud's syndrome. This disease is very similar to gangrene, in which the limbs begin to erode and eventually lead to the amputation of hands and fingers due to the lack of blood supply. The disease is spreading in her body, destroying one part at a time. Kefah also suffers from rheumatism, stomach ulcer, breathing difficulties, high blood pressure, and asthma. Her health condition gets worse in winter due to the cold weather and poor medical care. She was arrested on the 1st of August 2010 without being charged of any crime. Her health condition wasn't taken into consideration when she was placed in solitary confinement in a cold and small cell, and while she was hung up from the ceiling and subjected to torture, which made her condition worse. She hasn't appeared before a court until today, nor did she receive proper medical treatment when she needed it. After the pressure of a few human rights institutions, the Israelis agreed to send her to a clinic, where occupation soldiers cuffed her feet and hands without any regard to her health, which resulted in severe complications. Even today, no one knows when she'll be released or why she was arrested. She's an administrative detainee registered under the clause known as confidential information. For how long?